Recording Mataji.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारया. Yes, please. Hare Krishna. Pranjal, Hare Krishna, how are you?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Pranjal is, she was in my, when I used to take kids batch. She has been there with us since then. She is still a kid, of course, doing her high
Yeah,
school.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna
please,
Mataji.
Pranjal. Please.
Okay, sure, Mataji. Understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all created beings rest in me.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna has spoken his very inconceivable relationship that he had with the material world. So in previous two shlokas that we read, he made it very clear that everything rests on him. But at the same time, it does not. Mastani sarva bhutani. Then next shloka immediately says, Nacha mastani bhutani. Do you remember that? So what we understood is that as a person, Krishna is not personally walking around and he is not getting involved in creation, maintenance, and annihilation, but his energies are doing it. That's what we have understood. And the energy and energetic, they are not different. It's almost like Krishna is doing. So this is simultaneously oneness and different. So Veda, Abheda relationship that we have understood, that he is there, but he is different. So to understand this complicated matter, that Krishna is giving a very simple analogy. So what analogy Krishna is going to give here? He is saying Mahan Vayu Sarvatraga means what? Mahan Vayu, the great mighty wind, is blowing everywhere. It is blowing everywhere, right? And Yatha Akasha Sthita Nityam. But it is always Nityam, always situated in the sky. Akash. Akashasthita means always in the sky. Tatha, similarly, Sarvani Bhutani Matsthani iti. So what does it mean? All the beings are situated in me. How? The mighty blowing wind is situated within the sky. It can't go beyond that. Similarly, all the beings are there, but they are situated in me. He's saying to Arjuna. So he's telling, oh Arjuna, try to understand that upadhareya. Try to understand, he's saying. So Lord Krishna has used the word matsthani 3 times. We have seen from shloka number 4, 5, 6. We are seeing matsthani means matsthani means what? All the living beings are resting in him. That's it. So they cannot be separated from him, even though we are changing our bodies, we are trying to go into different bodies, but we are not different from him. We are still not separated from him. Very difficult to understand, very difficult to conceive, very difficult to imagine how the world is resting in God. Like I was talking about, Srila Prabhupada had told in Greek mythology that Atlas, the person, strongest, most powerful person on the earth, it's said in Greek mythology, he is holding the globe and he's trying to carry it, the heavy thing. In Greek, if you go into that folklore, we will see that Atlas had fought with Titans in the war against the deities of Mount Olympus. He had fought. So as punishment, he was condemned. You have to bear the earth on your back with the great pillar that he is, supposedly he is separates them on his shoulder. He has to hold it. But this is not what Lord Krishna is doing. This is not what Lord Krishna means by saying Matsthani. When he is saying that he is upholding all beings are in me, does not mean that he is holding that whole thing. No, he does not mean that. The whole entire cosmic manifestation, cosmos, everything exists in space. Space is created by God's energy. That's what he means. And all the beings can be said resting on him. He is giving that analogy so that Arjuna can grasp the concept. Even we can grasp we are dumb-witted, so we also have to grasp the concept. And Lord Krishna knows. Every time he gives analogy, then that's when we understand. Because when he's talking about wind, the wind does not have existence independent of from the sky. It's not that, okay, sky is separate, wind is separate. Wind is blowing, but it is within that, the whole thing of sky, it moves furiously. There's such a hard wind, incessantly it is blowing, but yet it is resting within the sky. Same way, the souls have no existence independent of God. They move. We have got, like, the example can be given of a cow which is tied around, in a pole is there, and it is tied with a rope. The rope is not very long. The rope is such that if within that radius itself the cow can move, it can't go beyond that. Similarly, the soul, the soul has been got minimum independence. We can do that much only, but within the radius of, and we are existing within God. So from another perspective, if we see that everything that exists in cosmos, it is subordinate, it is under the will of God. Ek patta bhi nahi hil sakta. It is created, it is maintained, it is annihilated only and only if God's will. If God does not will, nothing can happen. In this way, Lord says everything is resting on him. 3 times he has used masthani. And after having said that, Lord Krishna is going to talk about how these various things that's happening in this world are actually taking place. Especially, when it comes to this material manifestation, which are there, how are they getting created? And how are they getting annihilated? What is happening to the living entities? Lord Krishna is going to elaborate in this coming shlokas. He will tell more about it. So let's see that 9.7. Sarvabhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam kalpakshaya punastani kalpado visrajamaham. Yes, Pratima Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lord Krishna has spoken about his inconceivable nature, right? Especially his inconceivable relation with that material world, where he said everything rests on him, masthani. Yet at the same time, everything does not rest in him. So then he gave an example of the sky, and then he gave the example of the wind. So wind is always in the sky, but at the same time, sky is detached from the wind. We discussed about it, right? Last shloka, and in earlier shlokas also, about Matsthani. So Lord Krishna is going to speak about what happens at the start of millennium, what happens at the end of millennium. Again, this shloka is quite interesting, where he's giving like a lot of facts and figures of our human life, and not this human life, but entire lifespan, actually. If you come to think of it, it's entire lifespan. From time immemorial, we can't even remember what we have been doing, he's going to tell. So what Lord Krishna is trying to tell us over here, O Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, kalpakshaye sarva bhutani prakritim yanti mamikam. So kalpakshaye, when kalpa gets finished, kalpa is the end of millennium. Kalpa means end of millennium. Kshaya means finished. Sarva bhutani, all the created entities, all the material manifestations, sarva bhutani, everything. Then what happens to them? They enter. Yanti means enter. Where? Where do they enter? Mamikam. They enter into my nature. So mamikam. And kalpa adav. Adav means beginning. When kalpa starts, in the beginning of the millennium, visrajami ham. I create, Visrajami, again I create at the beginning of the millennium. What? Punastani. All those. Puna means again. Again I create all over again. So Kalpakshaye, everything comes within me. And then Kalp Adai, Adav means beginning. Then again I Visrajami. I again create. So Lord Krishna has explained in the last few verses, all living beings dwell in him. So this statement, whenever he says that, it brings following questions. Like when Mahapralaya, the great annihilation, the ultimate annihilation takes place, the whole entire world is wound up. Where do we go? Where do the living beings go? So the answer to this question is being given by Lord Krishna in this verse. Where do we go? He says, Kalpakshaye, end of Brahma's lifespan. When Brahma's 100 years are also gone, all 100 years is gone. Completion of Brahma's 100 years, which is equal to 311 trillion 40 billion earth years. You can imagine how long. So after Brahma's 100 years are gone, the Kalpakshaye happens. The whole cosmic manifestation, it is dissolved, gone. Everything dissolves. It gets into unmanifest state. There is nothing over there. The whole fire is there, and then whole flood is there. Everything is submerged. Nothing remains. All the souls within this material creation all go and rest in the body of the God. Inconceivable. In the state of suspended animation. It is just hanging upside down. That's it. Nothing is there. And when Kalpa Adav, when the millennium starts, then Lord says, Visrajami aham. I create again. So this is what Lord is doing. So this is what has been explained in this verse by Lord Krishna. So having said that, Lord Krishna he will now tell us how this creation is manifested, how this is annihilated again and again and again. So we will have to see that in the next shloka. Let's try and understand this. Prakritim swamavashtabhya visrajami punah punah bhutagramam imam kritsnam avasham prakrite vashat. Yes, please. Triveni Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So he has already explained to us Kalpakshay and Kalpado, what he does. So Lord Krishna has spoken very, very amazingly about the relationship with the material nature. And after that, Lord Krishna, he has spoken about his greatness. And he has spoken about how, he has created and he annihilates again and again. And Lord is continuing on the same theme here also. What is he saying? He says, Imam bhutagramam kritsnam prakrite vashat. Means what? These, imam, bhutagramam, all these cosmic manifestations, all these physical manifestations in total, overall, means all kritsnam. Kritsnam means under Krishna's control. Everything is under Krishna's control, kritsnam. Prakrite vashat, everything is under his control. What happens here? Prakritim swama avashtabhya visrajami punah punaha. Punah punah, again and again. What does it do? Visrajami. The material nature. What happens to the material nature? Lord says, swam. Swayam. Swayam means me, personally, I, swayam. The word swam comes from swayam, means me, I, myself. So under the will of Krishna, what does he do? Create. What is create? Visrajami. I create. How he creates? By entering into it. Avashtabhya means he, by entering into. Even the annihilation also happens. When? Punah punaha. Again and again. And how does this whole thing happen? Avasham. Avasham means automatically. There is nothing. It's all done. Under just I have to think. Lord Krishna says I have to think. Okay, now the world is coming to the end. Finish. Gone. Whenever he wants, he can do it. Whenever, and again, whenever he wants, Kalp Adav, he wants, okay, I want to create, he will create it. If he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it. But he has kept a discipline. Brahma's 100 years, lifespan is ended. This is what is going to happen. And this is the cycle Lord is trying to follow. But he can create whenever he feels like doing it, So it's a very nice shloka. Again, where Lord is saying that he enters the creation, avashtabhya, enters the creation. So we saw this material nature. It is, what is it? It's the inferior energy of the Lord, right? And we are the superior energy of the Lord. So now when it comes to creation, we need to understand how this creation happens. And once we know, once we understand, then we will understand how great the God is, how great the cosmic creation is, and actually how complex this whole system is. Very, very complex. It's so difficult to even imagine. So let's begin, like, what happens before the creation, or or let's say after the annihilation has done. Okay. So what happens? It's called pradhan. Now annihilation has happened. Okay. Fire was there. Everything is submerged. Everything is gone. Okay. So now let's imagine it is pradhan. Pradhan means what? Unmanifested material nature. Material nature, but it's not completely manifested. It's not completely come into the picture. It is like a lump, you can say, lump of clay, all jumbled together, all together. Let's try to understand in simple language. That is pradhan. Everything jumbled up. Okay, like a clay, mitti. Everything is jumbled up like that. To simplify, I'm trying to say. And all the three modes of material nature, they are all there inside that pradhan, balanced inside. Now, when Lord, as his first Purusha incarnation, Mahavishnu, he looks at pradhan, that lump thing, he will look at it, just glance at it. What happens? The three modes of material nature, they get agitated like this. I'm just trying to simplify so that we understand the simple terms. They get agitated. And this pradhan, it becomes a very, very, very favorable ground for the whole entire creation to happen. And then it is called Mahat Tattva. Means what is Mahat Tattva? In Mahat Tattva, what happens? The Lord, as his first Purusha incarnation, Mahavishnu, he will enter. Now, because he has glanced at it, right? He will enter into it. The moment he enters into that pradhan thing, which has become Mahat Tattva, because it is moving now, until now it was just lying like that lump of clay. Because Lord looked at it, it is agitating. There is some movement. So Lord enters into it, into that Mahat Tattva. And on which he is lying over there. That's a causal ocean now. This Lord has entered the Mahat Tattva and he is lying on the causal ocean. Or it's also called Karana ocean. Karana ocean, causal ocean. What is causal ocean? It is the origin of material creation, the ocean. The water of the causal ocean is also referred to as Karana ocean, and very, very spiritual ocean. So because it originated from Lord Mahavishnu's body, so it's very, very spiritual. Even the sacred Ganges or Ganga Nadi that we call, it's said that the source, it has its source from this ocean only. That is why it's so purifying, That is why they say, ek Ganga mein ek dubki maro, you will be really pure. Why do they say that? Because Ganges especially is supposed to have originated from Mahavishnu's, from that place, from that causal ocean, Karana ocean. And where is this Karana ocean or causal ocean? It is the border. Spiritual world ends, material world begins. So that in between, that's the border. That's the causal ocean. It is a place in the spiritual sky, where Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu, is lying and he's creating the material world. And because he is lying on Karana ocean, that is why the name has come as Karano Dakshai Vishnu. That is why the name has come. So what does Karano Dakshai Vishnu do? He has to do something, right? He is lying down over there and he breathes out. What does he breathe out? Innumerable universes is coming out. From each and every pore also of Lord Vishnu, the universes are coming out. You can imagine how many universes are coming out. How many pores are there? How many breaths is taking? How many universes are coming out? So he has entered the Mahat Tattva. So does he stop there? No, he does not stop there. He enters each and every universe also now. Whatever universes have come out, he's entering each and every universe also. So Karuna Daksha Vishnu, he takes another form. Because he has entered that universe, he has taken the form of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. So he is entering into each universe, right? So once he enters into each universe, he is now called Garbhodaksha Vishnu because he has entered every universe. Now, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, what is he doing? He is lying on Garbha ocean, on Ananta Shesh. And he does a very, very important thing. What does he do? From his navel, navel, from that stomach, that round thing, that navel, the belly, from belly button area. From there sprouts the lotus flower. And the lotus flower, on that lotus flower, Lord's first living entity comes into being. Who is that? Lord Brahma. Brahmaji is coming. That is why Brahmaji is the secondary creator, because first creator is anyway Lord. Lord is the creator. and Brahmaji comes on that lotus. And then Brahmaji comes over there and he gets that knowledge. Lord is giving him the knowledge to secondary creators. So Garbhodhakshayi Vishnu is giving knowledge to Brahmaji. Tene Brahma Hrida Ya Adi Kavaya. Means what? Kavaya means what? Adi. Adi means the first living creature. First, Lord Brahma has been taught by Supreme Personality of Godhead through his heart. By heart to heart talk, he gets the knowledge. And the knowledge that Brahma gets from Garbhodhakshay Vishnu, what does he do with it? He starts using that knowledge. What to do? Start the creation. Because Lord has given him the knowledge, he starts to create the knowledge, the creation. Now we have got Garbhodhakshay Vishnu, and the entire creation is being made now. All the 14 planetary systems and all. So, okay, so Lord will stop over there? No, he goes even further. What does he do? Yes. So Garbhodhakshay Vishnu, what does he do? He further takes another form. Now what does he do? He becomes like Kshirodakshay Vishnu. And he's entering into each and everything now. Every minute atom also is entering. Karanodakshay Vishnu. First Mahavishnu. He breathes out universe. Does he stop there? No. Enters into universe. Garbhodhakshay Vishnu. Does he stop there? No. Even in Garbhodhakshay Vishnu, he is becoming Kshirodakshay Vishnu and he is lying on the Kshir Sagar and entering into each and every minute atom. And whenever these, Devi, Devatas, they get troubled by demons and all, what do? They go to this Kshir Sagar or this Kshir ocean and they appeal to Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Please help us. Please help us. So in this way, we see, how Lord has entered into each and every atom, Andan, what is that called? Andan Tarasta Parmanu, Sayanta Yasta. And he is the one who is called Paramatma. He is going into each Andan, Paramanu, atom, everything he enters. So he is called Paramatma. Who is that Paramatma? Who is in our heart, in all the living entities' heart. He is there all the time. What is he doing? He is watching us. All the time he is watching us, and he's supporting us completely. Whatever we do, he is completely there for us. So he supports the entire creation. He is trying to sustain us. This is how merciful the Lord is. He is not just, sitting over there. He is helping us every step of our way. And this is how great our Lord is. Each and every universe is created in such a way. And then the souls that were lying there, you remember? Lord said, the souls are within me. They are lying in the suspended animation. So only with their causal bodies, they are lying over there. Then again, they are brought and they are put into this world. How? According to their previous karmas, they get the bodies. That Brahmaji decides, okay, this is with the help of Chitragup, Yamraj, they all know, they have got the accounts. So all accounts are seen and accordingly the body is given. And after creating different species of life, he says he has no connection with anyone. He's aloof. So, we may get this question in our mind, Lord is doing so much of work. Maybe he also may get some kind of karmic reaction. He is doing so much of work. So Lord is going to clarify this doubt, he will help us understand in the next verse. Let's see the next verse. But of course, 9.8 summary also first. Let's see. Lord Krishna's relationship with creation and destruction, and his relation, material world is the inferior energy, and Lord Krishna's creation, the modern concept of evolution, how material world is maintained if Krishna as Parameshwara is aloof, and modern concept says there is gradual evolution of species. But Krishna's creation is all species are created immediately. It's not that gradually they are created. That's the modern concept. Scientific, they say. But here Lord Krishna says, no, it's immediately they are all created together at the beginning of the creation. And it's not that one after the other something is being created, right? So Krishna's supreme will is always present over there, whatever he may be doing. And there is no direct involvement of the Lord because the Lord's energies are working over there, right? And then what is the basis of the creation? Creation takes place to accommodate and inclinations of the desires of various living entities. Whatever we desire, that kind of body also will get, of course, according to the karma also. That's what Lord says. Let's go to 9.9. Nachama amtani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasina vadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. Yes, please. Who will like to read? Krishna Prasad Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay. Pranjal, would you like to read?
Yes, Mataji.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, please.
O Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as though neutral. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So Krishna is speaking so much that he is the one who creates, he is the one who is annihilating, he is the one who is maintaining everything, and the one who is annihilating. So now there might be that question that comes to our mind is, does Krishna get any kind of karmic reaction, right? That's the question we may get because he's doing so much of activity. So Lord Krishna is answering, Dhananjaya, hey Arjun, O conqueror of riches, Tani Karmani, all these activities, karma means activities, karmani, that obviously which he has described so far, what all he does, and he says, Nachamam nibadhnanti, it can never bind me. Nachamam, mam means me. Nibadhnanti means it will not bind me. And then he says, asaktam teshu karmasu, I have no attraction. Asaktam. Saktam means attract, get binded. Asaktam means he is aloof, not bound to it, not having any kind of attraction. For what? Teshu karmasu. For these activities, I am not attracted. I am doing it, but I am not attached to it or I am not attracted towards it. So what are you doing then? Udasina yat asinam. I am situated. Just asinam. I am seated as what? Udasina yat. Udasina means neutral. I am there. I am doing everything, but I am neutral. So Lord Krishna is saying, nothing can bind me and I am neutral. When it comes to any kind of cosmic activities that he is doing, material activities he is doing. So after reading this shloka, it's kind of an eye-opener to us, to understand the role of the Lord. Many times what happens, people, they keep saying, oh, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he did this, he did that. But you know what, I am suffering because of Lord only. He is the one, no. After understanding Bhagavad Gita, we can understand Lord is neutral. It's a neutral personality when it comes to our material activity. We do everything, blame it on God. So Srila Prabhupada very nicely he states in the purport. He says one should not think, that Supreme Personality of God has no engagement. In the spiritual world, he is very busy. How is he engaged in spiritual world? He may be playing with gopas, he may be dancing with gopis, and he may be very much busy with Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maiya. He may be taking out the cows for grazing in the field, and he may be milking the cows. He is completely engaged over there. You think he is free over there? No, he is enjoying over there. He is doing his pastimes. He is doing his leelas. He is doing his pastimes. We can say Lord is busy with his pastimes. While we living entities, we human beings, what are we doing? We are just doing time pass only. He is doing pastimes, we are doing time pass here. Nothing much. So question is, if Lord is not doing the material activity, then who is doing it? So for that, his spiritual energy, his material energy, he personally does not have to come to this world to do anything. His energies are there. They can come and they do it. He doesn't have to come personally. But important point to note is, even though he is not coming here, even though his energies are doing, Lord has complete control over the whole thing. Everything, what each and every all movement is there. Lord knows what is happening. Just imagine, it is beyond our imagination, actually. Just imagine me, it's beyond our imagination. He has control over each and everything that is happening here. We may miss out on our control. We may, what we had thought a minute ago, we may not remember, but Lord knows and he has already noted it down because he is there as Paramatma in each and every living entity. He is noting down each and everything. We may miss out. We will say, nay, I didn't do that. No, you did it. It's there in the account. But nothing is missed out by Krishna. That's the best part. It's like how a high court judge is sitting over there. his orders, so many things are happening. Somebody is being hanged, somebody is being punished, somebody has been asked to pay a lot of money, somebody is put into jail, and somebody has been awarded huge amount of wealth he is supposed to get. But is judge getting any of those? No, he is neutral. He's sitting over there, but he is giving the judgment. He has nothing to do with any of the judgments he has passed, whether it is gain or loss or jail or hanging or anything. Neutrality here is mentioned as udasina vat. Udasina vadasina asaktam teshu karmasu. Udasina means he is completely neutral. So the whole main idea to keep in our mind is the process of creation is going on by Lord's will, by Lord's the inspiration, but he is not there. He is not. He is unaffected by any of this. He is neutral. He remains ever blissful. He is not disturbed by whatever is happening in this world. It is all happening because of our problems. His, by virtue of his Haladani Shakti, which is, the bliss giving power, the Vedas call him Atmaram. Why he's called Atmaram? He is very happy within himself. He does not need any other person. He is rejoicing within himself. He does not need any external pleasures. We need external pleasures. If we don't get external pleasures, we feel very sad. But no, he is Atmaram completely. So we take different forms, because of our karmas or past deeds. But Lord will never interfere with that. He will not say, okay, it's okay. Let him change into this and this. No, karma we have to face, whatever may happen. So after this, after explaining this shloka, that he is unaffected, he is udasina vat, he is neutral, Lord is going to explain how he is the creator, maintainer, and annihilator. He is how he is unaffected. He is the non-doer. He is the supervisor. Let's see that in the next shloka, how he does that. Maya dhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetuna anena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. Yes, please, Pravina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna has actually spoken that no work can bind him, right? He said that he is neutral. Udasinavat also he said. But then to emphasize on how he is neutral in his actions. So Lord Krishna has spoken this shloka for that. He is saying Prakriti. Prakriti means material nature. Material nature is one of the energies of Lord Krishna, right? So here he is saying Maya Adhyakshena Prakritihi. So Maya, he is working under the Adhyaksh. Adhyaksh means what? Supervision. Supervision of Maya, me, Krishna. Oh, Kaunteya. Hey, son of Kunti, let me tell you, Maya, Yakshena, Prakriti, this whole Prakriti is under my Adhyaksha. Suyate Sacharacharam. Suyate Sacha Chara Achara. And Suyate means it is manifested both the Chara moving and Achara not moving. Everything is under my Adhyaksha. Hetu Anene. Hetu Nanena means what? So for this reason, or maybe Hetu Nanena, we can say under his rule, this Jagat Viparivartate, this whole cosmic manifestation is working. Jagat Viparivartate means the whole Jagat, the whole universe, the whole cosmic manifestation is moving, is working. Or you can, to be more specific, it is created, is annihilated. So this is what the shloka is saying. It is under my Adhyaksh. Basically, Lord is saying it is under my Adhyaksh. I am the one who is taking care of the whole thing. Basically, this is telling that how the whole cosmic creation is working under Lord's supervision. So when Lord wants to create the world, he will look at that Pradhan, the three modes of material nature will agitate little bit, then he will enter into it, right? We have discussed all that before. So otherwise the material energy is lifeless, completely lifeless, right? So for example, the pen is over here in my hand. The pen is lying on the table. It is lifeless. The moment it comes into my hand and I start writing it, it comes into life. Till then, is the pen having any life? No, nothing is happening with this pen. It is lying on the table. The moment I am using it, it starts working, right? Same way, the tongs also in the kitchen when we use to take out some hot thing, or a chef is using, till it is lying on the table, it is lifeless. The moment it is in the hand of the chef, he starts using it. He can lift it, he can lift all the hot items and bowls and everything. Same way, material energy as such does not have any power as such to do anything. The moment Lord looks at it, it gets agitated and then things start working. So we have seen before also how living entity desires, and then Paramatma says, okay, you can have it. And then Prakriti will say, okay, he wants so and so thing, manifest his desire. So only and only if God desires, then only it will happen. God does not directly engage in the work of creating life form. He does not. He has got loads of energies, to do his work. And there are so many souls appointed by him. Okay, you have to do this department, you have to carry on with this department, and everything is happening under his dominion. That's it. He doesn't have to do anything personally as such. How a prime minister of a country, he does not personally go to every city, state, village and do all the tasks, right? He has got all the government officers, he has got ministers, he has got the whole system is there till the Grameen Panchayat, till there, till Prime Minister, the whole system is there. All the departments are working under him. All the officials appointed for performing different functions. Yet the accomplishment or the failure, whatever of the government is, everything is attributed to Prime Minister only. Even though he is personally not doing it, but he is taking the responsibility. Similarly, Krishna's energies are doing everything. But ultimately, Krishna is the whole and soul of everything. Unless and until he sanctions, nothing is going to happen. Even all the Devi Devtas, they will go and ask Krishna only. And when Krishna says okay, then only things happen. Even the firstborn, Brahmaji, and the material energy, they also are able to make this whole thing creation, the manifestation of life forms, only under God's sanction. If God will not sanction, they will also not be able to do that, right? So after saying all this, again we can think about it. Krishna is so great, then he's doing such great things also. At the same time, he's not even involved, right? Still things are being maintained so nicely. Everything is happening so in a disciplined way. Flawlessly, everything is working. Then why is it that everyone does not respect him? Why is it that, not everyone worships him? So Lord Krishna is going to answer this particular question by himself. Let's see in the next shloka, in the next section. So 11 to 15. Fools who think Krishna is ordinary human being possessing a temporary form become atheists and are defeated in their endeavors. And 13 to 15, we'll see the qualifications and definition of a Mahatma. Avajananti ma mudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Yes, please. Who wants to read this? Triveni Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that be. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna has described himself as he is, I am the creator, I am the maintainer, I am the destroyer, and he is doing all that, yet he's aloof from all the entire material world, right? He says, I am neutral, I am Udasinavat. So here Arjuna might ask a question, like, see, okay, you are such a great personality, you are supreme being, you are the one who is doing everything, then why is there a class of people who don't want to respect you? So to that, Lord Krishna is saying, Mudha. They are Mudha, foolish men, straight away. Avajananti mam. Avajananti. They do not, mujhe jante nahi. They derive me, they scoff me, they make mockery of me. So when do they deride me? When do they mock me? Manushim tanum ashritam. I take, whenever I am taking Manushya Roop, when I take the human form, When I descend in the human form, that's when. Param bhavam. Actually, my transcendental nature, ajananta. They do not know. Jante nahi, ajananta. As mama bhuta, mama ishwaram. I am Maha Ishwaram. I am everything. I am Maha Ishwaram. I am the supreme proprietor of this whole creation. Mama Bhuta Maha Ishwaram. I am the Ishwar. They do not know. That's what Lord is saying. Avajananti. They are mudhas. Completely foolish people. You know how good teachers, sometimes they use very strong words if they want to jostle the students out of the, when they are complacent. Some students are very complacent, right? They have that shallow thinking. So if they want to just shake up that student, they will say very strong word to that student. It's not that they don't like the student, but they just want to shake them up so that they become more thoughtful. So Lord Krishna also has used the word mudha, the dim-witted people. He's describing those who deny his divinity of his personal form. When he comes at Manushim Tanumashritam, when I come in human form, when I descend in human form, they do not know me. They are all mudhas. Param bhava majananto, mama bhuta. I am Maheshwaram, Maha Ishwaram. So those who say God is only formless, he cannot manifest in personal form, this is all, he says all rubbish, Supreme Lord, he has created this whole entire world. He's telling all on his own. He's saying, I have created everything. Full of so many forms are there, so many shapes are there, so many colors. You look at the peacock, you look at different birds, you see the combination of colors. Can you do it? Can any scientist create like that? Different colors and patterns in the birds and animals and the nature, the kind of shape of leaf we see, the kind of fineness in the nature. Can anyone do that? Can anyone do that? If he can do such an amazing stuff, amazing feat of creating myriad forms in this world, can he not create a form for himself? Just imagine, can he not come down as human form just because he has created so many stuff? Can't he create himself? Or is that, God is saying, oh, I do not have the power. I can't come in personal form. So I can only remain as formless light, Brahman effulgence. I can't come in person. He cannot. If we say that he cannot come, he cannot possess a personal form, means he is not a complete person. That means, right? That's what we're trying to say. We tiny souls, we also possess forms. We have a proper form over here. If we can say that if we start thinking God cannot possess a form, then we are trying to say, what are we trying to say? That he is even less powerful than we human beings. We have a form, he doesn't have a form. He cannot even come as Manushim Rupam. They are mudhas. For God to be perfect and complete, he must have all the attributes, right, to his personality. He needs to have a personal aspect. He needs to have a formless aspect. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Nadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. In Brahma Samhita it is written, Brahma himself prays. He says, I worship that Lord Krishna, who is all, he is eternal, he is all Satchidananda Vigraha. He is without beginning and an end. He is the cause of all. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. In regard to this personal form, we have to keep that it is a divine form as such. Means it does not have the defects like we people have. We have all defects, right? We are full of defects. We are defective. But Lord, when he comes even in Manushu Rupam, he is not with defects. He is Satchit Ananda Rupa. It's eternal, full of knowledge, full of, completely blissful. He is there, divine bliss. So Krishna has spoken very nicely about Mam Mudha, those people who scoff him, who mock him, who deride him. Avajananti Mam. But now there might be a question, okay, oh Krishna, what happens to those people who deride you in their ignorance? They are ignorant people. They mock you, they scoff you. Then what happens to those people? So Lord will tell us in the coming shlokas, in the next shloka, but let's understand the meaning of jananti, ajananti, Avajananti. Let's understand that. So let's see the three terms. Jananti means what? Understanding, knowing about Lord Krishna in truth. This is what is going to lead us to liberation. Then we learned Ajananti, ignorance of Lord Krishna. Again, we will remain in this whole world of cycle of birth and death. We'll always be moving around. Avajananti, misunderstanding about Krishna. Mudhas, they are all mudhas. It will lead to increased bondage, greater suffering. We think why Lord has given us so much of suffering? Because we are avajananti, mam mudha, completely mudhas. If you don't know a little bit, you are ignored, then you will keep coming back in the cycle of birth and death. But if you are avajananti, completely mam mudha, then you will be having great suffering overall. मोघाशा मोघ कर्माणो मोघ ज्ञान विचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीश्रिताः. Yes, please, Pranjal. Hare Krishna.
Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated.
Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna has made it very clear. Avajananti mam mudha. So there are class of people who are fools, who are mudhas. They scoff him, they deride him. Oh, Arjuna, it's almost like, Arjuna has a question. Then what happens to those people, Krishna? Because they are doing such, they are so mudhas. So what will happen? So Lord Krishna, as if he is anticipating that kind of a question, he himself is answering that. He's saying very nicely over here. So who are we talking about over here? Avajananti mam mudha. So that category of people who deride Krishna, who scoff Krishna, who mock Krishna, such people, what happens to them? Prakritim mohinim shrita. Such people's nature is very vichetasaha. It is very bewildering, very confusing. They're all confused. They take shelter of, they take ashrita of, they're attracted by rakshasim, asurim chaiva. They are completely taking shelter of that demoniac, atheistic views that they are getting into. And getting into that kind of confused, deluded, bewilderment, they're getting into that kind of condition. And then what happens? Mogha asha, they are baffled. Baffled in what? In their hopes. Mogha asha, asha is hope. They're in their hopes, they're getting very baffled. What is happening? So mogha karmana. So they're, whatever activities they are doing, they're completely confused. In their hopes, they are confused. In their activities, they are confused. Mogha jnana. Even in whatever jnana they are trying to get, they're completely baffled. So mogha asha, mogha karmana, mogha jnana. Everywhere they are completely confused, only these people. So there are many, strands of atheistic views, which is related to like personal form of God. Is there or not there? Is it there in this world? Some people say, oh, God did not descend in this world in his personal form. Different views, different people have different. They say Lord Krishna was not even God. Some people say that. Oh, he was just a yogi. Some people say, oh, he was a very Maya Vishishta Brahma. He was Mayavi, lower grade of supreme divinity, you can say, Mayavi types. So some people say he was just a person who came, who was roaming around with these, gopis and in Vrindavan and all. Different people, different views. But according to this verse, where he's saying Mogha Asha, Mogha Karmana, Mogha Jnana, all these theories are incorrect. And the intellects of those who are thinking like that, their Mogha Asha, Mogha Karmana, Mogha Jnana, Vichetasa. Why? Rakshasim, Asurim Chaiva, because they have got that, they're deluded because of these atheistic views. So Lord Krishna himself is telling that those who embrace such ungodly philosophies in their mind over here, they're having that Rakshasi Asurim thinking, nature, demonic nature they are having. Because they are not thinking any goodness. They are not in that mode of goodness at that time. So they cannot engage in bhakti also towards Lord. They are not having that feeling only mode of goodness. They are completely in that ignorant state. Because see, devotion to formless aspect of God is so difficult. How can we focus on something which is formless, right? So they can also not do that. They cannot focus on that formless thing. So what happens? They are completely unaware of what is going on, and they will remain in that path, and they're completely deluded, and they are having remain bewildered in that temporary attractions of this material world. Everything goes useless for them. So like this, Arjuna may have a question. Okay, this seems very pretty. Mogha Asha, Mogha Karmanu, Mogha Jnana, they are Rakshasim, Asurim, that kind of nature they are having. But what about those people, Krishna, who have faith in you, who are not scoffing you, who are not mocking you, they are not putting you down. So what about them? Can you please tell me? If Arjuna would have asked such a question, which comes in our mind, anticipating this question, Lord Krishna is going to speak the next shloka. But let's see the fate of Duratma first. What happens the fate of Duratma? Of those who disrespect Krishna. They are attracted by demonic atheistic and whatever Moga Asha, Moga Karmana, Moga Jnana, everything is defeated. They don't get anything. Hopes for liberation, fruitive activities, culture of knowledge, all are defeated. Mahatmanastu mam partha devim prakritimashritaha bhajanti nanya manaso jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Yes, please. Who will want? You may. I can see only one hand. So, Pranjal, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Pravina Mataji.
O son of Partha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, Lord Krishna has made it very clear that those people who deride my form, who scoff at me, who mock at me, people, they are the ones who are baffled. They are Moga Asha, Moga Karmana, Moga Jnana completely. In whatever attempts they do, whatever endeavor they do, right? They'll be destroyed completely. This is the statement Lord Krishna has made in the previous shloka. So anticipating this, Arjuna may ask, okay, this is about the people who don't believe in you, but what about people who believe in you or who are, they know that you have a wonderful form. What about them? So Lord Krishna is answering about that. He says, tu, he starts with tu, means but. Shloka is with but those people who are not deluded about those people. Lord Krishna is talking about those people who are not confused, who are not deluded, deluded, Partha, O son of Pritha. They are Mahatmana. They are Mahatma. They are great souls. They are the ones who have taken Ashrita. They have taken mine Ashrita. They have taken my shelter of whom? Daivim Mam Prakriti. My divine nature. My divine nature, they have taken Ashray. They have taken shelter of my spiritual nature, spiritual energy. And how they have come to this level? How they have become Mahatmas? Because they bhajante anya manasa. Completely they are rendering devotional service all the time. Bhajan karte rehte hain. Ananya manasa, full devotion, complete devotion. Ananya manasa, without deviation of their mind. Without, they are not, their mind, manasa is not deviated anywhere else. Anya means it doesn't go any other way. It is just remaining, under my shelter, on my lotus feet only, all the time thinking about me. Jnatva bhutam adim avyayam. They are able to, do this because they know I am Supreme Personality. Bhuta adim avyayam. I am avyayam, they know. Bhuta adim. I am the origin. Adim, Bhuta adim means I am the origin. And avyayam. I am inexhaustible. Completely there. I will never, I am there, eternal. And I am Adi. Adi means I am the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am Adim and I am Avyayam. I am eternal. They know that. They know. Jnatva, they know it. So basically, Lord Krishna is saying that those people who have faith in Lord Krishna, they are called Mahatmas. Very nice, very amazing shloka, And this shloka is telling us what all of us have to become. What we have to aim at becoming. Lord Krishna is, style of discourse is, that he drives the point home. And always we have noticed he makes very, starkingly contrasting comparisons he starts. Have you seen? He just a shloka before this, he is talking about that moghasha, mogha karmana, moha jnana vichetasaha, as rakshasim, asurim chaiva. He's talking about those deluded people, right? And immediately the verse next is Mahatma Nastu Mampa. Talking about great souls. The contrast, only Lord Krishna can do that. For us, this whole material life, it's like a dream, and the experience that we souls are having, we are under this material energy, we are swaying here, and it's like a dream, we are going through it. But great souls, those who are there, in contrast, what they have woken up from their ignorance. They know what is what, they know, they have brushed away this material consciousness. It's a bad dream. We are not supposed to be involved in this. They know it. But we are still in this dream. They are released from all these grips of material energy. They are not under Maya. They have not taken the shelter of Yoga Maya. That greater energy they have gone into, these Mahatmas. They are enlightened souls, not like us. They have woken up completely. They know their eternal relationship with Lord Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada, he writes that the first symptom of a Mahatma is he is already situated in that divine nature. He is away from this Maya, Lord Krishna. Lord Srila Prabhupada says they are not under the control of material nature or Maya. They are under that Devi Prakriti, divine nature, the Yoga Maya Shakti. They are completely surrendered to Lord Krishna. That's the Mahatma and Yoga Maya energy. The Yoga Maya energy also possesses, both personal and formless energy. Like, it can manifest into Radharani, Sita Devi, Durga Devi, Lakshmi Devi, Kali Devi, Parvati Devi. These are all divine personalities. They are all divine Yoga Maya energies of the Lord. Radharani's energy, all these, they are not different from each other. How Ram, Narayan, all they are all, non-different from one God, right? Lord Krishna. So Krishna in this shloka, he's made it very clear over there that these souls are great Mahatmas with Ananya Manasaha, without deviating. And what do? Ajatya, they are serving me all the time with devotional service. So Lord Krishna has spoken this very, very nicely. Now, another question that might come into our mind is, what are these? Okay, we know these are Mahatmas. What are their activities? What do they do? How do they behave? What are the different things that they do? So that's what comes in our mind, and let's see what they do. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavratah namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Yes, please, Akash Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna has described about the categories of people called Mahatmas. And Lord Krishna said that they are the ones, they are not confused, They're the ones who know me. I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we ask a question, okay, what are the activities? What do they do? So that is what Lord Krishna is answering here. What do the Mahatmas do? Satatam kirtayanto mam. They are always chanting. They are always talking about my glories. They are always thinking about me and chanting. Also, how does he do? Yatantascha dridavvrataha. He makes full effort. Yatantascha. He is making an effort with what? Dridavvrata, determination. Not only that, namasyantascha. He is namasyantascha mam bhaktya. He is completely offering his obeisances onto me. And Nitya Yukta Upasate. He is always engaged in worship me. Upasana karte hain. Meri worship karte hain. They are always worshipping me. These are the different activities the Mahatma is doing. So when we read this shloka, greed should seep in, in us. That even I want to be like that. This shloka. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavvrata. We should become like this, So these great souls, they are engaged in devotion. So Lord Krishna says that, they are always, how do they do bhakti, these Mahatmas? Always they are attached to Kirtan. Practicing of devotion, chanting, Lord, they are doing Kirtans all the time. Nama Leela Gunadi. Nama Uchair Bhasha Kirtina. That's what is said about singing the glories of the Nama, the name, the forms, the Leela, the Gunas, all these. This is in Kirtan form they do. And Kirtan is a very powerful way of practicing devotion because you are using the threefold devotion, Shravanam, that is hearing, then you are chanting also, so Kirtan, and then you are remembering also, Smaranam. So what is the aim? The whole aim is to fix our mind towards God. But it's not that easy, right? It's difficult. But it becomes easier when we are, alongside we are hearing and we are chanting, right? So Lord Krishna had, Arjuna had said in chapter 6, what did he say? It is very difficult. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati val palvadhridam. Tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. I may be able to control the wind, but mind, it's very difficult, Krishna, because the mind wanders away from thought to thought. So hearing, chanting, thinking about Krishna by doing Kirtan helps us. A lot of benefit is there for Kirtan. Why? At least it drives the sleep away. When we are in association of other devotees and we are doing a lot of Kirtans and dancing and doing all that, what happens? We will be away from sleep. So Kirtan is an engaging process as such. It drives the sleep away. Distraction, no distraction, because Kirtan, while doing Kirtan, it blocks out these distracting sounds that are there. And we can do it with others. We can practice in group also. A lot of variety. We can try to, sing any kind. We can sing the names, his pastimes, his leelas. We can sing about anything. Very holy, sacred atmosphere also will be there when we are doing a lot of vibration, positive vibrations, right? All these reasons, Kirtan is very, very sought after things, now. So many saints used to do Kabir Das, Sur Das, Tukaram, Guru Nanak Dev, then Eknath also, and then so many Tyagaraja Kirtans are there. So many great people are there. They compose so many devotional songs. And why? So that we can remain engaged while chanting and while hearing, remembering. Even Vedic scriptures like Bhagavatam, they have praised Kirtan as a very simple and most powerful process of devotion, at least in the age of Kali, Kriteya Dhyayato Vishnam, best process of devotion in the age of Satya Yuga was meditation. We remember that, right? That was Tretayam Yajito Makhe. In Treta Yuga, it was very good, Yajna. And then the Dwapar Yuga, what was there? Dwapar Yuga, Paricharya. Yeah, in the age of Dwapar, deities were worshipped, right? But in the Kali Yuga, Kalau Tadhari Kirtana. So in the age of Kali, it is a Kirtan of Hari only. So we have to remember that Kirtan is, they are just helpers, okay? So we should not think that, okay, Kirtan we are doing, hearing and chanting, everything is done. No, 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 no. The whole essence is we have to remember God. If we leave it out and we keep doing Kirtan, we are not able to purify our mind. Kirtan means we are doing the activity, but we have at the same time we have to fix our mind to God. Like we have to do other devotional services, Ekadashi fasting, we must offer bhoga to the Lord and eat the prasadam, different kinds of sevas. So Lord Krishna says that the Mahatmas, they do satatam kirtayanto mam, and they are engaging the mind also in thinking of him. So after telling all this, what Mahatmas do, what their activities are, Lord will take us to another level now. What will he do? Till now, Lord Krishna had mentioned many, many kind of worshippers, right? But now, Lord Krishna is going to give technical information. 3 more type of worshippers. So let's see in next shloka. But before that, of course, let's see the external activities of the Mahatmas. What do they do? Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantashta dhridavrata namasyantash mam bhaktya nityukta upasate. Always chant my glories, endeavoring with great determination, going down before me, great souls perpetually worship me with great devotion. This is what we are supposed to imbibe. This is what we must become. So this very, very important shloka 9.14. This is what we need to become. I'm taking some more time, okay? Like I had explained yesterday, I will take a little bit more time, two or three more shlokas. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate ekatvena pratyaktvena bahudha vishvato mukham. Yes, please. Anybody? Trivedi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Others who engage in sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many and in the universal form. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna, he spoke about all levels of worshippers. In the previous chapters also he said, in this chapter, in the previous verse also he spoke about Mahatmas who are the top notch, the first level. Then they are first class worshippers. And below them there are others also, whom it is described in 7th chapter also. They are called Sukritinas, right? 4 categories of people who approach Lord. We learned in 7th chapter. Now Krishna is going to describe another 3 categories of worshippers. How they worship Lord in different ways. So Lord Krishna is saying Anye. Anye means there are others. Anya. Jnana yajnena chapi. They cultivate knowledge. Yajanta means what what are they doing? Yajanta mama upasate. So they are engaging in yajanta. Yajanta means what? Engage in sacrifice. Mama, me, upasate. They are worshipping me. So they are worshipping me that way. Who are they? They are basically jnanis. And then how do they worship me? Ekatvena. Ekatvena means what? In oneness, or one without a second. Pratitvena means in duality. Bahuda Vishwato Mukham, in diversity, in universal form. This is how these jnanis are worshipping me. So Srila Prabhupada says in his purport that this verse is the summary of the previous verses, all the previous verses. This is a summary. Sadhaks, whoever is practicing devotional service, devotion, they're following different paths of spirituality, because we all want to reach that absolute truth. So Lord Krishna previously described those who are devotees, they surrender themselves with devotion, Mahatmas, at the lotus feet of the Lord, right? We know about Mahatmas. And in the attitude of being his external parts and the servants, they are in 7th chapter we learned the distressed, the fine artharthi, then we jignasu, and we learned about the 4th category was jnani. So we learned that in 7th chapter. So now he is describing about how the sadhaks follow, some of them. So those who are following the jnana yoga, they consider themselves, oh, I am not different from God. I am one with God only. Me, God. Aham Brahmasmi. I am only God. I am God. I am not. God is not different from me. So he is Ekatvena. He worships himself only as Supreme Lord. I am only Lord. They are technically called Aham Graha Upasana. They are Aham Gram. Aham. I am. And they are thinking I should worship my own self. They are Ekatvena. Then second category is Pratitvena. They will be concocting some form of Supreme Lord. Okay, you are very great. Okay, you are Supreme Personality of Lord. Somebody, whoever it is. Pratikopasana, they are called technically. Pratitvena. They will take some visual image. Okay, I consider you the most important. You are topmost for me. That's it. Bahuda Vishwato Mukham is the third category. They accept the Vishwarupa, the universal form of the Lord, to be the topmost. And they worship that only. They say, okay, everything is in this universe only. I will worship the universe as God. That's Vishwarup Upasana, they are called. Such devotees who are these jnanis, they do not have that knowledge that there is Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. So now, out of all these 3 that Lord said, Ekatvena, Pratitvena, and Bahuto Vishwata Mukham, the lowest one is the one who wants to worship himself. I am Lord. Mahi Bhagavan. That is Ekatvena. That's the lowest. Second class of worshippers are those who take any Devi Devta and say, you are the topmost. They are Pratitvena. They are second class. And the topmost is the one, at least within these 3, is somebody who is worshipping the whole universe and saying everything is that. Universe is the form of Lord, at least among these 3. So, Ekatvena or Aham Graha Upasana. That's very well, nicely explained by Krishna in that 11th and 12th also that we have seen. And Pratitvena, Lord will explain later on in later verses. But in coming next 4 verses, Lord is going to talk about his Vishwarupa Pasaka. Means how to recognize and worship the universal form of the Lord. How can all these approach we can worship the same God? The Lord Krishna is going to answer in the next section. So we'll see 16 to 25. Can I continue for some more time, little 10 minutes more? Is that okay with all of you?
Sure, yeah.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much. Aham praturaham yagyam swadahamaham aushadam mantro hamahame vajyam aham agniraham hutam. Yes, please. Akash Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. But it is I who am the ritual, I the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant. I am the butter and the fire and the offering. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna is so far described three types: Ekatvena, Prithaktvena, Vishwatomukam, right? So when it comes to the Jnani category, they are Aham Graha Upasaka, that is Ekatvena, one who thinks that they are only God and they are worshipping themselves only. Then Prithaktvena, Pratiko Upasana, they think that they will say, okay, this personality is very great, this Devi Devta is the supreme, I'm going to worship them. And the third category is Vishwarupa Upasana, where they consider the whole entire universe to be the form of Lord, and they worship him. So we have seen Aham Graho Upasaka. When it comes to Pratiko Upasana, we will see from Shloka 20 and onwards. Now let's continue with this Vishwarupa Upasaka, where Lord is going to talk about. He's saying Aham Kratu. Aham Kratu. So basically, Krishna is describing one by one how his universal form can be perceived, is what he is talking about now. How everything in this world is actually Krishna. How what Krishna is describing now is saying Aham Kratu means I am the Vedic ritual. Kratu means Vedic ritual. I am Vedic ritual, number one. Aham Yajna. I am the sacrifice, whatever is mentioned in the Smriti. Swada Aham. Swadaham means what? I am what? I am the oblations, whatever you offer. You know, we have to offer something, right? So I am the Swadha. Aham Aushadham. I am the Aushadhi, means the healing herbs, right? Mantra Aham. Whatever you are chanting, the transcendental Om or Hare Krishna, whatever transcendental chant, that's me. Aham Eva Ajyam. I am that melted. Ajyam means the melted butter. I am that melted. Krishna loves butter anyway, right? Aham Agni. I am the fire. Aham Bhutam. Whatever you are offering in that fire, I am only that. So here Krishna is basically saying all the different things, that whatever you are saying, Arjuna, over here, this is all me. So basically Krishna is describing the universal form of his own self. So Lord Krishna is giving glimpse, various aspects. Kratu, Vedic rituals. The Vedas have emanated from God. Vedas came from Lord. So even in the Ramayana, if you go and see properly, Jaki Sahaja Swasa Shruti Chari, God manifested the Vedas by his breath, it said. So that's the knowledge. It's a powerful knowledge of God, and that about his unlimited personality. So Lord Krishna is saying that he is the Vedas, and Vedic sacrifice is known as Jyotish Toma. It is that is also Krishna. Many yajnas, Agnihotra yajna, all the yajnas, everything is Lord only. He says. He is saying everything is mentioned in the Smriti. Everything is me. Whatever you are giving oblations to the Pitraloka, we give it to the Pitr Tarpan, we do to the ancestors, right? To please them. That ghee we are using over there, he says everything is me. Then he says Aushadham, whatever herbs that are around in this material world, everywhere, it is me. The mantras that you are chanting in the connection, whatever sacrifice you're doing, that's me. Fire that you are lighting it up, which is one of the 5 material elements, it's also my energy. So everything basically is whatever we do in Karma Kanda division. In the Vedas, there is a Karma Kanda division, okay? So whatever is there in that Karma Kanda division, in total, is Krishna, Lord is saying. But we have to understand that the devotees who are engaged in devotional service, who are always chanting and doing devotional service to Krishna, they are already, you can say that they have performed everything, whatever is recommended by the Vedas. Everything is covered over here for the devotees. So devotees don't have to do anything special, any karmakanda ritual for that. They are just happy doing devotional service to the Lord. They're directly dealing with Lord. Why go through the secretary, right? So Lord Krishna has described various elements and he has said that I am each one of them. So Lord Krishna will continue to tell what are the different other things that represent himself. So what is he? Pita hamasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara riksamaya jurevacha. Yes, please. Akash Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I am the father of the universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsir. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier, and the slave Om. I am also the
Rig Veda.
Rig
Rig,
and
the
the Sam
Sam.
and the Yajurvedas. Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. So Lord Krishna is describing the Vishwarup Upasaka, right? Where he's talking about how to know the universal form and how to worship the universal form. So we have seen one shloka so far. Second one, what is he saying? He's saying, Pita Aham. I am the father of what? Asya Jagataha. Means whole Jagat, whole universe. Then he says, Mata Dhata Pita Mahaham. I'm the mother, I'm the supporter, I'm the grandfather. Vedyam Pavitram Omkara. I am what is to be known as the object of knowledge. Vedyam Pavitram. I am the Vedyam Pavitram and I am Omkara. Pavitram. I am that which will purify everything. And Omkara. I am the syllable Om. Right? Omkara Rik Sama Yajura Revacha. I am the Rig Veda. I am the Sama Veda. I am the Yajur Veda. So Krishna is again and again saying, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. Basically, Krishna is like, I am everything. All my energies. In the entire cosmic manifestation, we can see it's either Krishna's material energy or it is Krishna's spiritual energy. There is nothing beyond these two energies, right? Creation, it has come out from God. So he is the Pita because he is the Aham Bija Pradav Pita. He is the Pita. He is from the God has created this. So he is Pita. Before creation, he was holding that unmanifested material energy. Where was he keeping? He was keeping in himself only in his womb. So he's called Mata because Mata only can keep all the child in the baby in the womb, right? So he was keeping within his womb. So he is Mata also. He is maintaining the whole universe. He is nourishing the whole universe. So he is the Dhata, means he is sustaining the whole universe. He is the father of Brahma. Brahma, who was the first living entity. He is the creator. So he is the grandfather of the universe because Brahma is first. Then father of Brahma is grandfather. In all the Vedic mantras, Om, that's the transcendental sound, right? Vibration. He says, Krishna says, I am that. And because in all the hymns of the four Vedas, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Rig Veda, everywhere, this Omkara is very, very important and prominent. So Lord says it has to be understood as Krishna. So whatever we see around, whatever, everywhere, Krishna, 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 everywhere Krishna. So he continues and sees, different aspects we can see, which is related to Krishna in his universal form. But before, friends, just let's see the summary of 17th one, how it is, in this material. Can anyone read this, please? Anyone can volunteer to read this? Yes, Pratima.
I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier, and the syllable Om. I am also the Rig, the Sama, and the Yajurvedas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Because of all the hymns have Omkara before, it is Krishna. Let's move on to the 18th one. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Sruhat Prabhuva Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. Yes, please. Who will like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place and the eternal seed. Hare
So Lord
Krishna
Krishna
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Lord Krishna is helping us to understand how to know the universal form, how to worship the universal form. We have seen the two shlokas, what all he is so far, and one more to move on to the third one. Lord Krishna is saying, Gatihi. So Krishna is saying, I am Gati. I am the goal. Gati means the destination, goal. I am Bharta, means I am the one who is sustaining this whole universe. I am Prabhu, I am the master. Prabhu is the master. I'm the Lord. I am Sakshi, I am the witness. Nivasaha, I am the abode. You can nivas in my abode. Wherever I am, that's the abode. Sharanam, I am the refuge. You can take refuge in me. Surahrut, I am your best friend, intimate friend. Prabhava, I am the creator. I am the one who has created this whole thing. Pralaya, I am the annihilator also, annihilation. Sthanam, I am the ground. I am the basis of everything. Nidhanam, I am the resting place. And then Bijam, Avyayam, I am the imperishable, eternal seed. I am the one. So soul also are part and parcel of Lord only. So whatever, every relationship is with Lord only, right? So in bodily consciousness, if we can see that, okay, he is my father, he is my husband, he is my brother, he is my sister, she is my sister, she is my mother, child, everything. We may become attached to them. We may, keep thinking about them all the time. And we may get into that bondage in this material illusion. But nothing. Remember that no worldly relatives can give us that perfect love that a soul actually wants. There will be some dissatisfaction you can notice. Try to think about it. In any relationship, have you ever said 100% I'm just completely 100% I'm bowled over? No. Somewhere, there will always happening. Two reasons. Because these relationships are temporary. Separation is unavoidable. We will, one or the other will depart from the world. Someone will go before, someone will go after, but everyone has to go. Second point is, as long as even they are alive also, the attachment is based on selfishness. Notice that. It fluctuates. It's direct proportional to how much, self-interest is there, how much self-interest is satisfied. The range, the intensity of that worldly love, it varies from moment to moment. Throughout the day, you can see that. Now I'm saying my husband is very nice, or my wife is very nice. Then she's not so nice. She didn't do this. It's okay. She's terrible. She's nasty. So things keep changing. Fluctuation of love happens in this drama of the world. One day they're good, second day they're not good. So on other hand, if we see God or the Lord, he is such a relative who accompanies us lifetime after lifetime. From birth till our last breath, he is with us. He goes. Whatever living body we take up, he is with us. He's our eternal relative. He has no self-interest. He is not wanting anything from us. He is perfect. He's complete in himself. What does he want from us? He loves us selflessly. He's just taking care of us. He is always thinking about our welfare only. It is our karma that we are doing such things. He is the only perfect relative that we have, both eternal and selfless, And to understand this concept from another perspective, we can think about like the ocean and the waves that come from it. Like, for example, two waves have come out from the ocean, two neighboring waves, you can say. And they have come out and they're flowing together for some time. They're nicely flowing for some time, playing happily with each other. They're creating a lot of impression. They are very deeply involved with each other in that relationship. After traveling to certain distance, what happens? One goes back into the ocean. After some time, the other one also goes into the ocean. So what has happened? Did they have any relationship between themselves? No. They were both from the ocean, and their relationship was what? Ocean itself, actually. Same way, God is like ocean, and we are like waves. We have emanated from him. We create attachment with each other, with bodily relations, only to leave everyone after we had died. And then some of them have to journey alone, some have to take another birth. We are going back. So the truth is that we are not related to each other. Very, very clear. We are only related to one, and that is God, from where we have all come. So Lord Krishna is very nicely taking us, this bodily consciousness, and we have to, simultaneously how we are attached to our these worldly relatives over here. So from the platform of soul, only God And Lord alone is above all the relationships. He is our father, he is our mother, he is our sister, brother, beloved friend, everything, you know. And after understanding the magnitude of the eternal relationship that we have with Lord, we have to try and understand that we have to attach our mind to him. Abhi to kar lo, abhi to fix karo mind ko God ki taraf. That's the feeling that we get. And that's when the mind starts glorifying little bit. And then completely nothing matters in this world. Nothing matters in this world except God. That realization has to come in. Mam ekam sharanam vraja, he says in 18.16. That's where we have to go. That's the journey we have to take. Complete surrender. Whatever may happen, complete surrender. For that, we need God's grace. For that, we need to chant Mahamantra. Single-mindedness. We have to completely cut off from this present attachments of the mind. Replace and attach it towards God. Not that we don't do our duty, not that we don't do our responsibilities, but unnecessarily we get into every small, issues. Let's not get into that. Let's tie ourselves to the Lord. Let's tie our mind towards the Lord. So Lord Krishna explains to Arjun that the soul's every relationship is with only Lord and Lord alone. Gati, destination. Destination is where we want to go. And ultimate goal is Krishna. People try know, but they don't want to understand it. That's it. Srila Prabhupada says in his purport also. Many of us know that our goal is Lord Krishna, but we are trying to make different Devi Devatas as our goal. Then if we make that, then we will go to their planets, Suryalok, Chandralok, Indralok, all that places. Lord Srila Prabhupada says. They are also creations of Lord Krishna only, but all such lokas, there we know, they are creations of Krishna. Simultaneously Krishna, but not Krishna, of course. It's not Krishna lok. So it's just a step forward from this place. So to approach different energies of Krishna, it's like, we are trying to approach Krishna indirectly, right? So we have to approach Krishna directly. That will save our time also. So it's like, meeting PM secretary or not PM directly. So something like that. So Srila Prabhupada says, if there is a possibility to go to the top of the building by the help of an elevator, then why do you want to go by stairs? Unnecessarily waste your time step by step. No need, right? So Krishna, he is the supreme ruler. He is everything. Everything belongs to him. Everything rests on him. We know all that. He is energy, is everything we know. He is the original source. He is eternal. He is Sarva Karana Karanam. After knowing all this, so why go anywhere else? So we will let's continue the discussion to understand, what are the different things which Krishna is saying. I am this, I am that. All this he is saying. So we'll see that in the next maybe class. I'll stop it over here. I'm sorry I've taken a little bit more